Hello and welcome to another video where I share my thoughts about different games. Every time I started writing, speaking about this game, it looked like I was hating on it too much. And considering everyone who played this game already paid for it, and by doing so going into denial about the quality of the game, I will try to be a bit more positive at the start, just so people don't torch my house down or something like that. Please don't. So this time I will try to dig out everything positive that I have to say about it and then get to the meat of the matter. First off, I like what people would usually call the story of the game, at least what I managed to piece together. The game has an eldritch theme to it, which, as I mentioned in a few of my videos already, I actually quite like. It is best shown in the design of the monsters and a floating globe that looks like it was made out of tall buildings with ominous tendrils protruding out of it, to which no one paid any special attention in the game, which made it feel even more eerie. These otherworldly invaders seem to have spread their influence over the majority of the land, and it is up to you to solve it. Although it is quite never explained why, at least not during the time that I was playing it. But it's not all that bleak. You even get to order around followers. But first you must find and fight them in their corrupted form to subdue them, after which they can be recruited. They can help you with many different tasks that your own character can't do, from building special buildings or other things that are quite useful for your own survival. Besides this, the game sometimes looks really gorgeous, and even more so considering it's in early access still. And yeah, you even get to make a sled that can be pulled by wolves. That is quite fun too. But this is where the praise for the game ends. First off, I want to ask one thing. Do we need more games like this? Do we not have enough The Long Darks and other survival games? And the crafting portion of this game has been done 1,000 times in the past decade, and much better at that. To be completely honest, this game just seems like it's trying to cash in on a trend that has already been milked dry by many games of its kind that came out before. But let's not compare it anymore. Let's see if it at least does a good job at what it is trying to do. The short answer to this would probably be a resigning no. But I will take into consideration that it is still early access and that it can get much better down the line. One of the major problems that I have with this game is that it's kind of badly optimized. My PC manages to run many new games on high settings, but Fade to Silence dropped under 30 frames for no apparent reason, and that combined with the awful controls of the character made me almost quit the game more than one time. The character controls are quite crude. It is not a problem when you walk, mostly, but when you start running there is no way to turn to the side fast. You must first stop and then change direction, after which you have to start running again. And that got quite annoying when I was trying to get to the base fast enough so I don't freeze. Which brings me to the survival mechanics of the game. They are quite interesting, to be honest, but they can get annoying sometimes. I can't even remember how many times I was outside trying to hunt for something and the blizzard just started up, forcing me to go back to the camp. That might sound quite fun, which it actually is in a Bear Grylls-y way, but I would like to see it changed up a bit. For instance, make the torch actually warm your character a bit when you carry it. I guess I'm just nitpicking here, but it always confuses me when a blizzard has no impact on the huge flame of my torch, but neither does it seem to have any impact on my character. But you can of course make yourself a shelter and campfire to keep yourself warm during the blizzard, which brings me to the crafting part of the game. And I'm sorry to say, but man, it's nothing new. You go out into the world, you find wood, make an axe, then chop down more wood with it, make a bow, then you hunt animals for hides and meat that you need to survive. Look at you, you're a survivor. But do tell me, does this seem at all original? If you are at least a bit into games, probably not. But it's not just equipment that can be crafted. There are many different buildings that your previously mentioned followers can make. Too bad that the interface for that is kind of cack and sometimes so buggy to a degree that borders with frustration. Like most of the game actually is. And to make it all worse, there's a being that fills the role of the narrator, and damn, it's annoying. Besides speaking to the main character, who ignores it so good that at times I actually got jealous of his ability to do so, it usually soliloquizes about things going on in the world. This might sound interesting, and it kind of is at the start, but after a few hours it started repeating and getting on my nerves. It became such a nuisance that I actually had to turn off the sound of the game completely just to make it stop. But yet again, you can defend the game by saying it is still in early access. And as the title says, these are just my thoughts about the game in its current state. So, to wrap this all up, Fate to Silence has few good ideas, like the horror parts of it, but combined with the unoriginal gameplay mechanics, which are clunky and buggy, it is not quite ready for prime time. I would highly recommend waiting for the release of this game and seeing if it will go the usual way of being early access until forever and taking people's money that way, with the "it's only early access" defense of being crap all the way, or if they will put some work into it and actually make a game that is worth your while. And as always, goodbye and thanks for listening.